Respect doesn't disappear in relationships overnight. It fades slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. Most people only notice it when it's already gone. At the beginning of a relationship, respect feels natural. There's curiosity, attention, care. Both people are aware of each other's presence. Both are careful with words, time, and behavior. But as time passes, something changes. Not because love disappears, but because boundaries begin to blur. Respect is not sustained by feelings, it is sustained by structure. And when structure weakens, respect follows. One of the main reasons respect disappears is over-accommodation. When one person starts adjusting too much, giving too much, sacrificing too much, the balance shifts. At first, it looks like kindness, support, flexibility, but slowly it becomes expectation. The more one person bends, the less the other feels the need to stand. Respect requires tension. Not conflict, but healthy tension. The tension that comes from knowing there are limits. When there are no limits, there is no reason to be careful. Another reason respect fades is inconsistency. When words don't match actions, when promises are made and broken, when behavior changes depending on mood, trust erodes, and respect cannot survive without trust. People often confuse love with tolerance. They think that enduring everything proves commitment. But unlimited tolerance doesn't create respect. It creates permission. Permission to show up late. Permission to speak carelessly. Permission to stop trying. Over time, effort becomes optional. And when effort becomes optional, respect becomes conditional. Respect also disappears when communication turns reactive. Not honest, reactive. When conversations become emotional releases instead of intentional exchanges. Yelling replaces listening. Defensiveness replaces understanding. At that point, communication stops being about connection and becomes about winning. Respect cannot exist in a power struggle. Another quiet destroyer of respect is dependency. When one person becomes emotionally dependent on the other, the dynamic shifts. The dependent person starts needing reassurance, attention, validation. The other person starts feeling responsible for their emotional state. Responsibility kills attraction, and without attraction, respect weakens. Respect grows between two whole individuals, not between a caretaker and someone being carried. Another reason respect disappears is avoidance. Avoiding difficult conversations, avoiding accountability, avoiding discomfort. When issues are ignored instead of addressed, resentment builds. Resentment doesn't always explode. Sometimes it settles, and settled resentment turns into contempt. Contempt is the opposite of respect. It shows up in sarcasm, eye rolls, dismissive tones, silence. By the time contempt appears, respect is already deeply damaged. Respect also fades when self-respect is lost. People don't respect those who don't respect themselves. Not consciously, instinctively. When someone consistently tolerates behavior that hurts them, others learn how far they can go. And they go a little further each time. This is not cruelty. It's conditioning. Respect is taught, not demanded. Another factor is emotional overexposure. Sharing everything, explaining every feeling, processing every thought out loud. Vulnerability is powerful, but without boundaries, it becomes noise. When emotions are constantly unloaded, they lose weight. The listener stops responding with care and starts responding with detachment. Respect requires emotional discipline, not emotional suppression, discipline. There is also the issue of roles. When one person becomes the leader, the fixer, the parent, or the emotional manager, equality disappears. And without equality, respect erodes. Partnership requires balance. When one leads everything, the other stops rising. Respect also disappears when growth stops. When one person evolves and the other stays stagnant. When values change, but conversations don't. When one outgrows the dynamic but remains out of fear. Respect cannot survive misalignment. It requires shared direction or mutual adjustment. Another uncomfortable truth is that respect fades when attraction is neglected. Attraction is not just physical, it's energetic, confidence, purpose, presence. When someone loses their sense of self inside the relationship, they lose that energy. And when attraction fades, respect often follows. People treat you differently when you stop standing fully in yourself. Respect also disappears when apologies replace change. Saying "I'm sorry" without altering behavior teaches the other person that words are enough. But respect is built on behavior, not intentions, not explanations. Patterns matter more than promises. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to restore respect through discussion alone. They explain how they feel. They ask for understanding. They negotiate. But respect is not negotiated. It is restored through action, through boundaries being enforced, through behavior changing, through consistency returning. Silence, when used correctly, often restores more respect than words ever could. Not silent treatment, but reduced access. Distance communicates seriousness. Another reason respect disappears is fear of loss. When someone is afraid of losing the relationship, they tolerate too much. They stop correcting behavior. They stop expressing needs clearly. They start minimizing themselves. Fear makes people smaller, and people are rarely respected when they make themselves small. Respect requires the willingness to walk away, not to threaten, but to mean it. Knowing someone can leave creates accountability. Knowing they won't creates complacency. Respect also fades when roles reverse emotionally, when the confident becomes unsure, when the independent becomes needy, when the grounded becomes reactive. Dynamics are fragile. Small shifts accumulate. Over time, the relationship becomes familiar, but not intentional. Comfort replaces effort, and comfort without appreciation leads to neglect. Neglect doesn't always look like absence. Sometimes it looks like being there without presence. Another key reason respect disappears is lack of consequences. When boundaries are stated but never enforced, they become suggestions. And suggestions don't command respect. Consistency is what teaches people how to treat you. In relationships where respect remains strong, there is clarity, clear limits, clear expectations, clear consequences, not control. Clarity. Finally, respect disappears when people stop choosing themselves, when identity is sacrificed for harmony, when truth is hidden to keep peace, when discomfort is avoided at all costs. Peace without truth is not peace, it's suppression. And suppressed truth always returns as resentment or withdrawal. Respect thrives where honesty exists, even when it's uncomfortable. The truth is this: respect doesn't disappear because people stop loving each other. It disappears because they stop respecting themselves, their boundaries, and the structure of the relationship. Respect is maintained by consistency, self-respect, and the courage to enforce limits. When those disappear, respect follows. And when respect is gone, love struggles to survive. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to support the channel. Give this video a like. It helps more than you think. Subscribe if you value honest conversations like this, and leave a comment. Your perspective matters here. If you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. Sometimes clarity is the first step towards self-respect.